Good morning, everyone. It's Evan. Today is Thursday, June 25th, 9:43:50 a.m. Central Time, and I had Love Island withdrawals yesterday because on Wednesdays Love Island doesn't show, and then this morning, well, I woke up like at 4:40 a.m. and I've been getting some pretty good sleep lately. I think that the discomfort is the comfortable sleep. Aside from like not being able to breathe and choking up at night, which I'm used to. So my sleep consult is next month, and hopefully I'll have more answers, and my providers will have more answers. I had a horrible experience with my brand new provider, Dr. Raman, so I'm gonna call KDVA right now. Their lines should be open. They open at 9, and I've been given a hard time from transportation. They're like, "At what point were you gonna call us? It's 9:44, or it was like almost 10 or 10 o'clock." And I'm like, "Okay, I call you guys every morning, 8:50 or 9 o'clock, and you guys never answer me and leave me on hold for over 30 minutes, which is unreal because McDonald's answers the phone faster than that." But anyways, so I'm just gonna call KDVA and say, "Hey, I had a horrible experience with my PCP. If I can please request another one." If they want to go into detail, I'm gonna say, "Hey, he touched me with no gloves on, touched my shins, my legs with no gloves on. That's sexual harassment because that's unwanted touching." And I don't say that lightly at all because I know that like it's a very severe harmful thing, and even on the other side of things being accused of it, but at the same time, like, I ask people, can I touch you or can I show you, can I do this? And even so, I feel like I'm the patient, you're the doctor. You should come in introducing yourself before you start touching people with no gloves on. And whatever happened to you this morning is not my problem. Like, whoever didn't love you enough or give you Chi milk as a child has nothing to do with me. I mean, join the club, grab a ticket. I didn't get Chi milk either, and apparently I'm allergic to the world, so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm allergic to Chi milk too. So, anyways, um, going to call, and I recently started using this throat spray. Well, actually, recently I've been starting to take my medicine more often. And one thing I did realize, even though that appointment went awful, I did realize that my heart rate was the lowest it's ever been. So I take into account that since my pain's reduced and I've been doing all right with my new medications, and taking them when I want to take them, not being forced to take them, not being told to take them, or else, like, I actually have been having like pretty good, steady improvements with this medication. I'm on bupropion and another one. I'm not even gonna try to say the name of it. Escapalard, yeah, and baclofen, and I mean with the baclofen I get sleepy. I think maybe too sleepy, but I feel like with every pain med I've had so far, that's been like the worst symptom that I've had is the sleepiness and the drowsiness that I can't shake off. But with the baclofen, I've been doing so much better. Like, obviously, do I get sleepy like I have been getting sleepy with every other pain med? Yes. I think that just comes along with the pain relief. But also, this has been like a more relaxing, like dozing off. Like, I'm dozing off into relaxation because of the relief that I'm getting in my pain. And my pain is like the spasms. And like last night, my left shoulder started twitching. It's just weird. Like, I don't know. It's out of my control when I have these spasms. So I think it has a lot to do with the muscle atrophy and the loss of like all my muscle mass and rebuilding my strength. So I would say that at this point, my spasms and my pain are more in a positive way, oddly. It's like I've experienced the downhill of the spasms and the pain because it was like negative, but now I'm experiencing like the positive effects of these spasms and pain. Like, I'm experiencing the rebuilding of my muscles, the rebuilding of the strength, the pain relief. which is new to me. And then I will cut this video short today because let me see my analytics. My analytics say one thing on my laptop, but I'm sure on my mobile, and I'm sure it takes time, and it's only been like 24 hours, so I can't like keep pushing it. It says 10.7K views. I don't know how I like lost 1,000 views or point 100 views. I don't know. I don't think I deleted any videos. Who knows? Well, going to the library today because I feel like at the library I'll have like a better flow of uploading videos and purging my videos and deleting videos. I've been purging and deleting videos. So, anyways, that's a whole other thing. I really just want to delete everything. I'm getting rid of and deleting everything: paperwork, footages, receipts. And this morning I woke up like, well, I'm cutting this video short because the library opens at 10 and I'm leaving to the library. And I just feel like will have a better chance at doing what I have to do, homework, catching up on homework. I really want to catch up on homework, and I've been in a better place and understanding like my emotions and like what is it that's holding me back from doing homework. And I've stopped like deflecting into like chores or housework, and I've stopped like I guess being so critical on myself for things that were super out of my control that people made me feel like for instance all the stuff that was said and done during all this like court stuff and legal stuff. I realized very early on that I read in a law book that s- talked about proprietary and intellectual trade, and it said that proprietary secrets are not for anyone else within the organization to secure. That proprietary secrets are for the CEO of the corporation to safeguard, and it's their responsibility to safeguard proprietary things. And that person, Elon, failed me in that aspect. Like, it's not my job to safeguard any proprietary secrets. That is not my job. That is your job. And if it meant that much to you later on, then those countermeasures would have been taken from the get, like off the bat. And obviously, I think that the reality is that this is somebody that never understood the architecture of these vehicles, that never understood the design of these vehicles. Therefore, they had no understanding of what to gatekeep or what to safeguard. And that's just the truth. So, unless somebody else can counter that argument with a fact, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, I knew these vehicles inside and out. And everything that was being done under that corporation and the umbrella of that corporation that just seeped into so many other corporations like the healthcare, you know, mental health care, wellness, all these other ESPs, employee sponsored ESBs, benefits and stocks and trades, everything, Morgan Stanley, the 401ks, all of that, like, that was not my issue. That was not my problem. But it's easy for like people that are taught course and textbook studies like, oh well, this is textbook like healthcare fraud, this is textbook, discrimination, this is textbook civil rights violation, this is textbook sexual harassment. And I understand those things, but also I'm the one who experienced that ecosystem, that environment. And to me, those were things that were like bottom of the barrel for me, sadly. Those were things that I tolerated without, like, I tolerated those things like as if I were breathing. That's not okay. Like, at all. And when I went to an athleta, this light fixture fell from the ceiling down, and I reported it to their corporate office, and they're like, that is like super unreal, like super traumatic. And I guess I was just describing it so calmly that they really were just like, what? And I think I realized in that moment, like, what I've tolerated in life, especially in a corporation. Like, I've tolerated things that I should have never tolerated. But then again, I go to Michael DeBakey, and those light fixtures are like half, not even like not even one full torque, like maybe like a tenth of a torque away from just falling down onto the ground. Like one good shake and everything will come down. Sadly. Anyways, but I realized later when I started finally, like, I guess, putting my head in the game, like, okay, I think that so many people that have been involved, that is just the reality how I explained it. Like, they have been taught course textbook these things. And as opposed to where I have something that many people will never achieve. I don't care who you are. You could be Einstein. I don't even think Einstein achieved the things that I've achieved as far as having, like, I guess what most people say, like, an inclination. Like, I think that so many people have studied, like, Galileo, Copernicus, and so many people, like, even Da Vinci, but a lot of these people were, like, hardcore religion. And even though people don't study those traits about them, those people had like hardcore religious upbringings or hardcore religious or even like just unreal hardships that today, modern day, we just will never face. And like these people had more than incentive. Like they didn't have wealth or money to motivate them. It was literally survival. Like, what can I design to survive these things? And I would say that, like with Da Vinci, was something different, but I think he was more surviving his himself, oddly. But anyways, I just feel like I've come to realize that it's that, I guess what some would describe like an inclination to, I suppose, that that ease within myself. Like it's super easy for me to fine tune anything mechanical, and I think that that's not normal at all. I think people, when they pick up Lego blocks, should struggle a bit. I think people, when they pick up puzzle pieces, should struggle a bit. I think people, when they pick up, like, I don't know, nuts and bolts, should struggle a bit. And I don't have that problem considering everything that I've gone through and have forgotten. Oddly enough, I think that it may take some time for me to like put the things together, but I think that those are things that come natural to me, and they probably shouldn't come natural to me. And like I can repair things in a way that looks like they were never repaired. I mean, damaged, both really. But so what I'm saying is, when I finally put my head in the game, I was just like, okay, well, clearly I have to study the law. Like, clearly, it came to a point where I was finally guided in this process by federal agencies like the EEOC, and they told me, Mr. Mendez, at this point, like, you being pro se means you represent federal law. Like, you are representing not just yourself, but you're representing federal law. And I was like, whoa, like, that's something maybe no one's ever really heard. And I think maybe that's something that's very gate kept. Like, people gatekeep those things. But also, I think that I really put in the work to get to that point and get myself help. And that was a really tough point in like turning point for me because I just remember breaking down crying. I don't remember crying like that. I think I was just releasing that blame I had on myself for like I felt bad. Like I felt like I couldn't forgive myself for being a part of something even not knowing like if I felt bad, like I felt horrible. Like even it's like even when you know and you do something and you act, there is nothing that can relieve that pain. And I have been through so much just terror, horror, awful, unsurvivable things recent, and I have had that awareness of like, okay, well, you didn't know, now you know, do something, and I've done. I've never been the person that has had that epiphany or that aha moment and that enlightenment and like not done anything. I've just done something, and I think lately it's been maybe faster response. Like lately, it's been like where I see something on the news, and just like this situation as of lately with John Gabriel Mendoza, it's been weighing on my mind as much as I wish it didn't. Like I was brushing my teeth this morning, and I was like, God, I wish I didn't. I wasn't thinking about this kid. Like I wish this kid was not on my mind. Like I have shit to do. I have homework to do. I have a judge that wants me to submit 2 documents by these dates, and this is just not something for me to deal with. Like this guy, this kid, his family has a lawyer, you know, and I'm just like thinking to myself, like, Evan, just leave it alone, let it be. But then I'm like, oh, crap, why? Because like the reality and the truth of who I am in my life, I would gladly pass it on to the next person, but life doesn't work that way. And it's like, what is the point of everything that I'm going through if I don't utilize one, my platform? Like, my platform has grown, and like, granted, it's like, okay, it went to 10.7. I don't know. I'll call it a YouTube glitch, whatever. But like, and I'm just saying, like, what is the purpose and what is the point of like gaining this clout, like 10.7K views, and even if that 100 views for whatever, I don't know, maybe I deleted a video, who knows, I have no idea. Or I know that there were some drafts I didn't publish, I don't know, whatever. But my thing is like, what is all of that for? Like that 10.7, I realized that some of those videos have hit almost 2,000 views, and so most people, like, I'm looking at John Gabriel Mendoza's case and all those videos across YouTube and stuff. Those videos combined don't average my viewings on YouTube alone. Those videos combined, I think one video of Leonard Stallman barely is pushing 4,000 views. And then I'm like, okay, I have one video alone on a separate platform that has 4K views. And I'm allowed to just like stroke my ego because I've earned it, but I'm also just like, okay, what is all of this for if I'm not using, like, I feel like I can't keep burning myself out trying to avoid being the people that put me in this place because I've already been there, done that, gotten the t-shirt and become probably worse than them, to be honest with you. And I don't say that I'm proud of that, but I feel like, you know, there really does need to be respect. And I'm not saying that. I think Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high. And sometimes when you go high, it doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean that you, how do I put this? Like, it doesn't mean that you just smooth things over nicely. It means you meet eye to eye, you meet level eye to eye, and when you meet eye to eye, I think that a real person that is a real person, I think that they will look up or look down. They'll either look down as cowards or they'll look up to you and just show you that respect that you deserve. And I think on the other side of that, it's like you have to have the will to, for me, spiritually, I've accepted God, and that when I operate, it's based off of His will for my purpose in life. And I've just realized, like, my will in purpose in life is not to serve another man and his corporate agenda. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not what I was designed and placed on planet Earth for. And I have been able to, like, see not just myself, but see the person on the other end of what has happened to me, from the smallest things to the largest things. And I have been able to really, I think that the root of what led to my homelessness, I think that I'm facing that. But I think everything that came after, like, especially, and I think that's why it keeps coming up in my head, this John Gabriel Mendoza, because everything that came after that, I have not faced. I'll be honest with you, it has not made it to, like, my priority list at all. I haven't even reported the dealership that kept my Ford Mustang for like 3 months without giving it back or giving me any way to get to and from anywhere. And that was Christian Brothers in Katy, Texas. I haven't even reported the repo tow truck from the homeless shelter that took my Mustang. Like, I called John Gabriel Mendoza's attorney, and this is late in my live stream, so I doubt anybody will watch this at this point. If you've made it this far in my live stream, thank you. But I called Big Angry Law Firm, and I called once. It was after hours, but it was on my mind, and I was like, it's one of those things where as a person, you make the call. Like, it doesn't matter. I think, like, when you have that aha moment and understand, like, this is wrong, this is, that you can step in and help, then you need to make the call. And so I made the call. And it's like, so what? They don't answer me. I leave a voicemail or call back, at a later time when they're open. So it was after hours. They weren't open. So then I called again. And honestly, I wasn't going to call again. I was like, whatever. Not at the top of my priority list. And then I don't know what it was. I can't remember if I did before or after. But I think I started to really, not that it wasn't already like unsettling, because I'm like, people that I love near live near where this happened. And so then I think I actually like did the math and figured out, like, okay, like, this was an alleged misfire 1.5 miles away from somebody that I really love. So like then I was really like sent to a 10. And so then I was like, okay, like, now you really poked me. Like, now you really poked the bear, and I'm really upset. Not only am I upset just because of that alone, the proximity, but I'm upset because I have so many reports that have been open and closed in about 2 months. March, April, May, June, June 1st, March 24th. So from March 24th to June 1st, whatever that is, I reported Lake Jackson Police Department for firearm safety, for like violating firearm safety and firearm laws. And I have those reports, and all of my reports are just like open, close, right? Mind you, my name is Evan Mendez Mendoza, like, not far of a stretch. So, anyways, I was like, crap. Like, I was like, Evan, just do the right thing. So I picked up the phone, I spoke with the receptionist, and I said, listen, my name is Evan Mendez. I'm just trying to do the right thing. I don't need any legal representation. I have a DOJ case number, one of many, and where I reported Brazoria County, Lake Jackson Police Department for racism and discrimination. Like they've done it to me, and I nearly lost my life. And I just gave my side of the story, and I said, "Listen, I'm just trying to do the right thing." So, and the receptionist was like, "Well, the attorney has received a lot of calls like this. He may not call me back, or be in touch with me, but she'll pass along the information." I said, "Okay." And I gave her the case number, one of the case numbers, and just left it at that. But I also shared like that it's been difficult to hold Bo Stallman, people know him as Bo Stallman. His real name is Leonard Stallman, accountable because he doesn't go by his real name. He goes by his alias, which is Bo Stallman. And so, I mean, I've reported this to everybody. I reported it to Texas Rangers. I reported it to Congressman Randy Weber, his receptionist, his secretary. I reported it to everybody. So, I mean, I even reported to the people that did it to me. I told them that they were discriminating against me. I told them. So, like, I don't know what else I could have done. Like, how else do you bind these things down to people? I have no idea. But Lord forbid I treat them that way. Like, forget about it. I could never get away with it. So, not that I would treat anybody that way. I know better. I'm not stupid. But anyways, I was just like, God, please, this morning when I was brushing my teeth, like, I don't want just, but even overnight, I was like, God, just, my life would be so much easier if I just didn't have these feelings. Facts. But it is what it is. I gotta make this phone call. It's already 10 o'clock. Library's open. And wish me luck, I suppose. And peace, love. It was good getting this off my chest. I am way better, in a way better place as far as like my hygiene. I think that my teeth, I still need a lot of flossing and my teeth fixed, and this nodule or whatever on my lip is just awful. I've cleaned it up a lot better. It's taken a long time to really get in those grooves and clean. Like, it's, and then the scarring here, I really had to get in there. And even now, like, just when I think like I've cleaned everything or gotten everything out from my accident, which was in 2024, like, even when I think like I've gotten everything out of there, I'm surprised, and I haven't gotten everything out of there. I just got these Rock Skincare, shout out to Rock Skincare wipes, and I went in there and in here, and I just pulled out so much grime, and I'm like, wow, like, I guess this is just never gonna be enough filth that I can't get it out. Which people like, even you see right here, that's from my issues right here. Like, this breakout is from this right here. I had stitches here. I mean, my whole lip was cut up, and my chomps, like, were hanging by a thread. I had, like, really good doctors and dentists save my tooth because my teeth were like, one tooth was turning brown. I think it was this one. I think so. It was turning brown. And I think they gave me, like, antibiotics or something like that. And I think the dentist and staff were just like, if I would have waited any longer and not been put on antibiotics, I would have lost the tooth entirely. Which I thank God that that didn't happen. Now, I mean, I have two tiny metal rods, like metal stents they call on each tooth, and my teeth are cracked still. So, and now that my tooth popped out, I've been biting the side of my cheek, and like I've been like more sensitive with my front teeth because I have no choice but to like bite and eat with my front teeth and this side because this tooth is pulled out. So Like, nobody cares enough. The VA doesn't care enough, and that's all they're paid to do is to care for veterans and work for veterans, and they just don't care enough. They just, their dad, brother, whomever, like, they themselves are veterans, and they don't get the, like, help from dental, so they go by the rules, I suppose, that the misinformation that they're fed, and so because they don't get dental, I don't get dental. And I'm like, I don't know who fed you this misinformation, and I don't know, and I don't care who you are, but I'm not like you. Like, don't associate me with you. Like, yes, we all bleed green. Yes, we all once upon a time whatever, but no, like, I'm nothing like you. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a veteran, and yes, I understand I'm not the only veteran, but that doesn't mean that I'm a veteran like you. I'm not a veteran like you. I'm a veteran. Like, I don't even know. Like, all of a sudden, I have like these two different honorable, general honorable and honorable. Like, fuck that. I've never, in my whole life, almost 20 years, I've never had anything. I've always been shown. I joined in 2010, so it's always said honorable. Everything's always said honorable. So there's just a bunch of baloney bullshit, whatever the fuck is coming out. I could care less. Like, fuck off. Like, until you guys get everything right, like, fuck you. I could care less. I serve my country, get it right. And my thing is, like, I have achieved so much when I was young. I think for somebody that young, I achieved a lot. And I just found out watching a documentary that South Korea, where I was, is technologically the most dangerous place on the planet. And I was like, what? Like, I lived there for almost 3 years, and that's what, like, to me, that was just normal. Whatever. I've been through things, and I'm just like maybe too numb, and I tolerate way too much. For whatever reason, God, only He knows why He's put me through these things, because I sure don't know. And all I can do is be grateful, thankful to God that I'm alive. And as much as I don't want to feel these feelings, I feel them, and I'm dealing with them. And I'm talking, which is weird. But now you can't get me to shut up. So, stay tuned, I guess. Peace out.